Hi, today we're taking a look at the demo decks from the upcoming Ultraman card game. Alright, so after the demo session that was made in November 2023, right, they actually did some revamp, at least that's what I heard. So I actually bought a event ticket just to get a hold of this demo deck. Alright, so we'll take a look. So first of all, the demo deck comes with two, I believe this is a half deck. Right, since I didn't get any information of how many cards per deck or how many copies, so I take it that these are half decks. And also it comes with two paper playmat. So first of all, let's take a look at the paper playmat. Right, so with the playmat, we should be able to have an idea of how this game will look. Right, so the view is pretty simple. So we have the view, alright, it's written here. Deck area, this is where you put your deck. Discard area, your drop zone. And scene area, so this is the new item that was added to the game. Alright, so it's similar to your climax or event. So you have an event card that's special scene that's placed here. So both players will share one scene area. So if you want to replace a scene, you need to have another one with same cost or greater. So there's only one scene per game. So it's either on your field or on your opponent's field. Right. So at the bottom here we have the turn sequence. So it's the start phase, draw, lead player set scene card phase. Right. That's a very long phase name. Set character card phase. So this is done by both player according to a sequence. Level up phase, once again by sequence. Open phase where both players will open up the cards to compare. Effect activation, judgment to compare who has the highest power, and end phase. So the only thing that was added here will be this number 3, I believe, the lead player set scene card phase. Right, so that's the paper playmat. Next, let's take a look at the deck. So there's two main deck, which is the Ultraman Tiger type and the Ultraman Blazer, which was the new Ultraman came out last year. Alright, let's take a look at the popular Tiga. Alright, and one thing I noticed will be that you see this is the card back. Right, so this was the Gamora that was given during the previous event. So they actually changed the card back. Even the wave design, the 3D, the thing, right? The rough surface are different. So what other things are changed would be because this kaiju, so maybe this is slightly different. So rarity from the original double R, it becomes a lot bigger, uncommon here. Hazard, basic, this should be the same. I'm not sure whether the text is different, and I can't remember what's this star for. It wasn't explained. Effects now have a proper text box instead of just here, which make it really hard to read. Right, so that's the main difference, the cutback and the frame. Right, let's go back to the review. So we have Ultraman Tiga multi-type, basic. So this is level 1. So there's a different type. So this is basic, and if the opponent is a power type, this character BP increased by 1, which means it will jump to the next category. Right, so we have two copies. So this is another multi-type with lower power, and there's no stack 2. Right, so Tiga. Next we have level 2, power type with no effect. Sky type. So this is a attack move from the power type, the Derasium Beam Torrent. Right, so if the second stack or third stack, when this character enters play, you may give one opponent's character minus 1000 BP. Alright, we will slightly explain about the rules later. So So Tiga, this is right. So not all of them are screenshots. Oh, Tactor Gear 0. So this is Ultraman 0, Tactor Gear. Right, different art. Ultraman 0. More 0. The popular 0. Right. So this is the new card. So over here is the condition. So example, if there's a 1 here, means that you need to have at least one Ultraman on the field in order for you to play this. So once per turn, no cost, give the better opponent one of 0 type power for this thing. I'm not sure what this means. Give the better opponent of one of your 0 type power or speed for. Oh, so you give one of them the, instead of basic, it actually gains power or speed. This is a common. Right, so that's for the Tiga deck. Next we have the Blazer deck. Right, so Blazer, which is speed type. So opponent is armed, you get BP increased by 1. Right. It also end up with 0. So I believe 0 is the common type between these two decks. Oh, white 0 short. And for the scene card, we have the man who created Scarred, which is the team from Blazer. So if you have Blazer, review the top 5 card of your deck. Put one Ultra Hero from a mountain into play on top of one of your Ultra Hero that's able to level up with it. And send the rest to discard. So you discard everything else. At the end of turn, send cards put into play with this card to discard area. So you get the evolve for 1 turn. Alright, so let's do a slight explanation of the game. So basically this game don't really have a first, second player. Alright, so you actually decide who go first. For example, if I were to go first, I will draw 6. Let's just randomly pick 6 out so that it's easy for me to explain. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's say I'm the first player. So this is my opening hand. Alright, so I will first choose one character and place it onto the field. So you can place any of the number 1, 2, or 3. So the difference will be, example, if I have a level 1 here, next turn if I want to level up, I can actually level up to level 2 and level 3. Right, so in the case where if I were to play a level 3 straight away like this, right, I can't go any higher because 3 is the highest for now for the demo deck. So you actually have more advantage, you start with 1. Right, so we'll go through the phase again. So start phase, draw phase, set the scene which we do not have, then set character and level up. So both player from my hand will choose one card. So in that case I will choose a Blazer, Ultraman Blazer, and set it face down, and my opponent will also set a card face down. Alright, next the lead player can choose, which is me. I can choose whether I level up. If I choose to level up, I can choose one card with the same name. So example, I placed a Blazer just now, so I need to choose another Blazer, which is 1 level higher, this level 2. Right, so once I decided what to level up, right, this is not compulsory, I place it on top. So let's say my opponent decide not to level up, then we will do the, what is that called? The open phase. Right, so both of us will flip it up at the same time. But since I level up, so I'll be checking on the power level that's on the 2 stack, which is 11,000. While my opponent, Ultraman Tiga, will be at 1 stack, which is 6,000. Right, so after power comparison, so Blizzard have won, so you rest it like that. So we'll put this card aside, and we'll go to the next turn and draw one card and do the same thing. So the winning condition will be whichever player can win 3 matches, win the game. So you can continue for like 4 to 5 Ultraman back to back. So if you win with 3 columns, you win the game. Alright, so if you have no cards that you can play onto the field, so there's no Ultraman in your hand to play onto the field, you loses the game. Alright, so it's pretty simple. Basically, you are just comparing power with your opponent. In the case where, let's say I were to evolve to level 3, stack to level 3, I actually can't go any higher. So this column is already fixed. If my level 3 is lower power than his level 3, I will just have a column that's forever in the losing state. Alright, so it's that simple. And also, while learning, they actually gave us some promo cards. So these are scene cards with no effect and just cutscene from the latest Ultraman Rising, which is from Netflix. The Netflix movie is pretty interesting take on the Ultraman story, totally different from the original one, right? So it's best that you forget everything about the Ultraman story before you watch this. Right? It's pretty interesting. Right, so that's for the Ultraman demo deck unboxing. Right, so it's actually very simple. This deck, this game is a bit, I would say, too simple. Right, in this age where we have a lot of different card games, this appears to be too simple. But I believe this is a good game if you want to play with like the kids, to have some bonding session over the weekends. This is simple. It's simple to explain since the effects are like such written in such a big character and simple, just comparing a power. Right, I would say that this is a good weekend family bonding game with children. Right, so the game is stated to be released this year, I believe this year end, since there's no actually press. There was some press con that didn't reveal to the public. I believe it's late this year, where we will have like 2 or 3 more games coming out soon. Right, so let's see how well can this done. So this is the latest Ultraman card game